Hello, beautiful people. Hope you guys are doing great. It is always a thing of pleasure for me to be here. Good news I bring you because for some months there is this proof of funds code I have been trying to crack, and I can tell you here that I have cracked it. So I will be sharing it with you. Based on several videos I have done on POF, a lot of people have been reaching out to me, and I have been able to advise some of them based on the visas they are applying for on how to build a proof of funds. And based on the advice I gave these people, it worked. The ones that have reached out to me. So I am also here to share what I told them to do that they did that eventually led to them being granted these visas so that you can also do it. You understand? So that is what this content is all about. And it is also very, very important for us to note this is not the only way to build a POF. But I am sharing this with you because this is what I told people, and they reached out and told me they were granted visas. So, in my own opinion, I believe if this POF update that I gave them worked for them, it can also work for you. You understand? So, this is not just the only way to build POF. There are other ways to build your bank statements, your proof of funds. But based on what I told these people, I want to also share it with you. Because normally there is what they call experiments. You experiment things, like things go through trials. And when they work, you also want to share it with others because you believe it might also work for other people. So if you are just coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Nusa Comedy, the man with the remedy. Many of my fans call me Nusa with the source from the source. That is because I bring legit updates directly from the source to you, undiluted. Right here, we don't sugarcoat anything. I say things the way they are because many of us, we don't like to be told the real thing because, like they say, truth is bitter, but it's good we still say it. You understand? So if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do well to do so because many good things are happening here. And please give this video a big like or a big thumbs up if that is what you want to call it, so that YouTube can recommend this video to others who might be interested. And I want to sincerely appreciate my returning and existing subscribers. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Thank you. We are doing it. Now, based on this update I gave people, I want to do it country by country because I have 5 countries here on my list, and the POF update I gave these people, they used it to get visas from these countries. It is not just only based on proof of funds. Don't forget, there are other documents that are needed. You understand? So I am not here to discuss those documents. I am here to discuss the POF update that worked for them in collaboration with the documents and the reason why they were traveling. So now, for Canada, first country on my list here. People I told to build their POF, the guy reached out and asked, how can I build a successful POF? I want to apply for a Canada visa. I asked him, what do you do? He said he has a business. I said, okay, fine. If you can build a POF that pays you up to 901 million naira every month, and with a closing balance of like 10M, between 8 and 10M in naira, you stand a better chance of getting this Canada visa. Mind you, the visitor visa. So this guy was building his POF, and according to what he told me, he was building that POF with about 860,000, between 800 to 900 every month. That was what he said he was making from his business, according to the POF. So now he built that account for about 7 months, and the closing balance was 9.6 million or 9.5 million thereabout. And eventually he reached out and said he got the visa. So it is possible for you to still put lesser amount to build your POF and still get that visa. But I am sharing with you how somebody got his visa based on what I told them. So that is for Canada. Now, somebody applied for France Schengen visa, for a Schengen visa to France, and also was asking, how can I build a POF? How much should I be putting in there? And I asked, what do you do? Are you an employee or you are a business owner? He said he's employed. He works for a company. I asked him, how much do you earn every month? He said he earns about 300 and something thousand every month. So I asked him, I said, it is possible if you have a business. He said he has a business, but the business is not registered. I said, go and register that business. And also, you can be paying tax as well. He did the CAC registration in Nigeria and eventually summed up what he was earning every month to be around 570 to 590,000 every month. And with a closing balance, I told him, if your bank statement has a closing balance of at least 9 million, they can also give you that visa, a VV, a visitor visa. And he got it. And eventually the closing balance, he even took the closing balance to like 9.5 million. And he was given the visa. You understand? So, like I said earlier, I am not trying to tell you must be how much must be in that your bank statement. It can be lower. But I am here to share with you what I told people that got them visas, is what I'm saying. So I don't want people to say, oh, does that mean that if I cannot be putting 900,000, 500,000 in my bank statement, in my bank account, I won't be able to get visa? That is not what I'm saying here. I am only sharing what worked for people that I told them. Now, UK, these people, they are many. I'm just trying to break it down because I have been telling people things. When they reach out, if I have the time, I reply their messages. Do it like this, do it like this. So I'm like, if it worked, let me know for you. So now these people reached out and said it worked. So now UK, like I said earlier, and these people, I have like 3 or 4 people who got UK visas this year so far. And like one of them who got a UK visa, a lady, that lady got a UK visa because I told her that if she can build a POF to generate at least 1 million naira every month, and with a closing balance of like 10 million, she can stand the chance of getting that visa. So eventually, she was not able to build it up to like 10M, but that account was like 8 point something million naira. And she was making up to like 1M every month from the POF. And eventually she got a UK visa, a UK VV, like I call it, a UK visitor visa. You understand? So now the 4th one, US. There are people who have reached out to say, Nusa Comedy, please, where can I find the exact amount you need to have at least in your bank account before you can apply for a US B1, B2, or you want to call it the US visitor visa. I have told people there is nowhere you will find it where they said you must have at least XYZ amount in your bank account before you can apply for a US visa. You cannot find it anywhere. What you will find is they are telling you you need to have sufficient money in your bank account that can sponsor you for that trip. They don't want you to come to these countries to be stranded. So you have to prove that you have sufficient money in your bank account that can take you to that country, that can help you financially during your time of stay in that country. And also, they want to also be sure that you can also come back and have something to fall back on. You understand? So it is very, very important to take notes. So I told somebody, what do you do? He said he has a job. So how much do you make? He said he makes around 500K a month. I said, what about your business? He said there is this business he wants to start, and he's looking forward to starting that business in like a month, but he's contemplating whether to apply for that visa now with his salary of about 500 and something thousand, or he should start that business and later apply for that visa. I told him, I said, based on my own experience, what I have seen people go through, I would advise you to start that business. That this person reached out to me last year, So he started a business, and eventually I told him, if you can scale up your earnings, you understand, to over like at least over 1.1 million every month, or at least 1 million a month, there might be chances for you to get a visa. If you have home ties that is sufficient, and you are able to convince the visa officer that if you come to the US for tourism, you will go back home to your country, you stand a better chance of getting it. And he did exactly what I said. At the end of the day, he was able to scale up with his business to be earning at least 1.150 every month. That is 1,150,000 from business plus his monthly earnings from his job. And eventually went for visa interview at the US Embassy, and he was granted a visa. You understand? So, like I said earlier, please don't feel like this is the only way you can get visas. I am just trying to share with you what I have shared with others that worked for them. There are many ways you can build POF, so that is it. So the next one, somebody got a Luxembourg visa 3 weeks ago, and this person reached out earlier this year and asked, what do I think the POF to apply for a Schengen visa to Luxembourg would be like? I told this person, it's a normal POF like every other POF, but you need to show that you have a lot of money in your bank account, because Luxembourg has really granted tourist visas or visitor visas, if you will, to a lot of tourists these past few years. So I said, if you get your application right with your proof of funds, and you are able to convince these people that you will come to Luxembourg, maybe you want to visit another country from Luxembourg, or you want to go to Luxembourg only, but just convince them that you are going to surely come back to your businesses, to your jobs, to your family back home. And he was like, okay, how do I build this POF? I said, if you can build your POF to show that you earn above 700K a month, you stand a better chance of getting the tourist visa to Luxembourg. And if you have a closing balance of at least 8M or 7 million with a good POF, you stand a better chance of getting it. And eventually this guy built his POF to be earning about 700 and something or 800 and something thousand every month from work and from business. And eventually 3 weeks ago, he got it. So I'm not just trying to tell you here that they got these visas because it was only the POF. No, there are other documents that are needed alongside these bank statements to apply for these countries' visas. So the most important thing is get everything right, and you stand a better chance of getting it. So this is what this content is all about. I just came here to share what I told people that worked for them with you so that you can also try it. So there are many ways to build POFs. So this is not the only way. So you can see, I am taking my time to categorically state it that this is not the only way to build POF. I am sharing with you what worked for other people. So that is what it is, guys. So like I said before in my previous contents, what you don't know is bigger than you. And I wish you guys luck as you apply for these visas. Good luck. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.